This is the much anticipated case of the state versus John Collin and Lorraine Jensen. The teams should be assessed on the following criteria: knowledge of the book, preparedness, appearance, meaning how they dress and the costumes, use of the Pigman vocabulary, the objections, whether they are overruled or sustained, the ability to prove their case, creativity, evidence, and props. With all that being said, I would like to wish both teams good luck.
Hello everybody, this is Talon Fan reporting live from Mr. Milligan's Courthouse on the case of John Collin and Lorraine Pigman.
And I had an interview with B.B. Highblade. Travaillez-vous à Beekman's? So, Miss V, you work at Beekman's, correct?
Yes, I work at Beekman's department store.
As they say, Lorraine, was Lorraine trying to stop John even though she knew he was doing something wrong?
No. For example, I have a friend who works in the pet department of Beekman's, and he said that John was like mistreating the monkeys in the cage, but Lorraine didn't do anything. And also, if someone can mistreat monkeys, then they can really mistreat a poor innocent old man. Because come on, people, they're monkeys, cute tiny little balls, furry balls of fun and cuteness.
We would like to show you this video. The prosecution has found some attorney notes of the defense team, and we found them, and instead of opening them, we decided to simply give them back unopened. Here's what happened.
In behalf of your class, we would like to return your attorney note that was left unopened. It was left unopened.
We have pictures to prove, and we showed Mr. Milligan.
We left it unopened, and we were just trying to bring it back to your class.
Thank you.
So that we are caring and we are
Hello, my name is Julie Dan, reporting here live at the Pigman Mock Trap. To start, I have to be succinct about my report, so I'll get to the point. Now, I would like to show some footage at Mr. Pignati's funeral.
We are gathered here today to celebrate the homegoing of Mr. Angelo Pignati. He was a good man with an exceptional life.
Yet, to this very day, they deny this fact. We, the prosecution, will prove that John Collin and Lorraine Jensen are guilty of contributing to the death of Mr. Angelo Pignati through the three key aspects of this case. Oh, and jury, you're probably wondering what that scoreboard is doing over there. Over there manning the scoreboard is Mr. Cox, along with his partner, Mr. Cruz. They know how hard it is for you to make a verdict, so they have decided to create a courtroom scoreboard.
Good morning, people of the court, and ladies and gentlemen of the jury. My name is Amaya Sawyers, and it is my privilege to represent John Collin and Lorraine Jensen in this case before you today. So as we present this case before you today, please keep an open mind and listen to all the evidence before returning the verdict of not guilty. Especially since at the end of this trial, you will receive evidence that will prove our case even further. Thank you.
How do you feel about John and Lorraine thinking that you take graphs?
Thinking that I take graphs? What? Oh, they're thinking of Richard at the office. Yeah, I've been trying to get him to stop, but he has some family troubles.
Would you say that John and Lorraine took their relationship with Mr. Pignati too far?
They did take their relationship too far. They hated that guy. They brought him to the zoo just to see his animal, his best friend, had died.
Did you know that Lorraine not only contributed to Mr. Pignati's death, but murder?
They admitted to murder? Okay, I see how it is. You want to be sent to jail for murder too. Okay, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do can and will be used against you in a court of law such as this. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot purchase an attorney, one will be provided for you. Thank you.
Are there any last words you would like to tell the jury about cases that you've experienced?
Actually, yes. So, there was this one case one time, And it was about these two kids named Jackie and Iman. I sent them packing off to boot camp, and when they came back, I think they were set straight. They were actually supposed to be here. Where were they?
Thank you, officer. You have solved all our problems.
Are you fair to all people that abide by the law?
I would think so.
Is Tony's Market an exception to your answer before?
Who is Tony? What? I've never heard of this.
Objection. On page 44, it states, all the kids go to Tony's Market because he sells beer to anyone, and for some reason the police leave him alone.
I'm going to sustain the objection that he knows who Tony is.
At his funeral, not one person from the prosecuting side was there, correct?
Objection, that's a statement.
Overruled.
He drinks and smokes. He continuously lies. He shows no respect for elders, and he of course contributes to the death of the poor old man known as Mr. Pigman.
Is John a compulsive prevaricator?
Compulsive prevaricator? I personally have to say this. He enjoys lying more than he enjoys drinking and smoking combined. In my entire life, I've never met a single person who's better at twisting the truth than my own son, John Conlon.
Do you drink?
The word is used to.
Have you ever hit your wife or child at all?
Hit my wife and child? Do you think I'm a barbarian? Of course not.
I have some evidence to show. Do you remember this?
What is it exactly?
That is my hand. You remember when John came home from that party and we were arguing, you tried to hit John and I blocked it with my hand.
I swear I did not do that.
Prove that.
Were you aware that Norton caused the intimate gathering that made it go spiraling down?
I was...
Objection. It was said the intimate gathering was made by Rocky Romano, the social organizer of the group, and John Mullane.
I don't think the question was who started the party. I think the question was who made it spiral. Wasn't the question who made it spiral downward? So the objection's overruled.
To Harrison Taylor Clear, would he take your place as chief one day?
Actually, I have an announcement to make. Would you stand up, please? Harrison, since you've been at the police department for over 20 years, and you're our most trustworthy police officer, I'd like to step down and make you chief of the police department.
Bonjour, je suis avec vous. Pas pour toucher un amour.
Now I would like to show a video.
See, the defense went and gave lollipops during 6 block to the prosecution team as an act of kindness.
Wait, no.
His eyes are negative.
You can't. Those lads. Hey,
So scared of prosecution that they will deny. They must think that we're not even gonna try. They'll try to blame someone from our side, but it's up to the jury to decide who's guilty and shouldn't set them free. They are guilty, and there isn't a lawyer who can set them free.
Today I'm here to interview Mr. Pignotti's kid.
Hug me, brother!
Oh, wait for me too. Ah.
Do you think you were close to your father?
Me and my dad, we weren't the closest, but I would never interrogate my father.
into your father's death, wasn't his home like a hovel?
Norton did it. Norton killed Daddy. No.
Oh, are you a nurse?
Yes,
I'm a nurse.
Are you okay?
In the past few months,
I am very disappointed. You know, I tried to raise her right, and I don't know.
Amen to that, sister. I can feel it. You did it. I can feel it. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Ms. Jensen, do you steal from your patients?
From my patients, no.
Objection. On page 47, it tells you that
Taking a while to find that there.
oh, I don't feel like eating anything. I had a few pieces of roast beef out of the refrigerator, and I brought home some canned goods. I borrowed them from the pantry. They'll never miss them.
That wasn't a patient, that was the hospital.
I'm going to sustain the objection.
Do you abuse anybody?
No.
Objection. She's hit Lorraine several times.
That's corporal punishment, not abuse. Did it leave a mark? No.
I'm going to
May I provide some evidence that proves that?
provide evidence and then I'll move on.
Well, that evidence seems irrelevant since in the book it said I only hit her twice, and that's like 5 hits. And then if I had hit her more,
Stop
then I
the
would have said
tape.
it.
Stop the tape. Who are you? I'm the patient you just played the recording. That vile woman came to my house, supposedly appointed an appointment, but she just came to my house and beat me. That's why I have this freaking scar on my face. But you can't see it because I have a bandage. You probably beat your husband. That's probably why he left you.
You want to know the reason? My husband committed suicide, thank you very much. Shows how much you guys know.
I'm going to sustain the objection.
Did you ever think that maybe she wants your forgiveness? Did you ever think that maybe she wants you to think twice before you beat her and just listen to what she wants to say?
She never has anything to say. She never has anything to say. I give.
Deanna Dees, I just wanted to tell you that I've loved you with all my heart for a long time, and even though we are on opposite sides, I just want to tell you that I've loved you. I've gotten you this chocolate rose, this chocolate heart, and these flowers. Please accept them on my behalf. Now.
And could you tell me about your excruciating painful fear of pigs, like, I don't know, that one?
Oh my God! Is that a real pig? Is that a real pig? Oh, thank goodness. Well, they literally terrify me. You don't know how scared I am of them.
And could you tell me about this weird cover-up story about the marshmallow kid and how it's all false?
I don't know what is wrong with you people. How can you think that I would literally just go to a store and steal marshmallows? What kind of game is that? The only thing that happened was that I literally went to the store to buy the marshmallows, and then my mother called me. So then I went home and forgot I had the marshmallows. And then when I came back to the store, the clerk wouldn't even accept the marshmallows and wouldn't even let me pay for it. Why are you smiling right there? Do you think this is funny? A man has died and you're smiling in this courtroom? I'm sorry, jury, that you have to witness the defense telling lies about me when really they know that I am innocent and that they are guilty.
You know how intelligent and magnificent sweet owls are?
Yes, they are very magnificent. And I don't know that I didn't know that it was an insult until I read the memorial epic and realized that he wanted to kill me. And I've never wanted to kill anybody.
What was your relationship with Mr. Pignotti?
I didn't have a relationship with Mr. Pignotti because as you saw in the book, how many times have I interacted with him? Once. And did I touch him? No. I only saw him one time. So here you are trying to tell me that I contributed to Mr. Pignotti's death when it was them who had interacted with him many more times than me. And here you are trying to say that I contributed to the death of this poor nice man and I didn't do anything.
Norton, are you a violent person?
I'm not a violent
person. No, don't even answer that question. He ain't working. He ain't working. Ain't nobody got time for that.
You're a violent person. You just smacked that door.
Gibberish is what you speak. Gibberish. Look at my arm. Look. You
Those were like bite marks.
Yes, bite marks.
bit you.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. It's eroding. It's eroding. Look,
what is wrong with you?
Little boy with all this love for piano. Look at my arm. Look.
I bet you bit it on your arm because I would never do such a thing. And that muscle twitches all over my body.
I was there. You bit my arm. I'm sorry.
You mean spin the bottle, then I have muscle twitches in my lips
Muscle
too.
twitches, anxiety, attack.
Marcus, you are not understand my situation.
Gibberish is what you speak.
Dude, you see how mean these people are, Jerry? He smacks so much, he smacks
Have you ever thought that your actions could have resulted in the death of Mr. Pignotti?
Have you ever thought that their actions could have resulted to the death of Mr. Pignotti? I think not. Well, you should.
Hey, it's that kid.
Who are you?
I don't know you. Who are you?
See, on the night of the Into the Gathering,
I never saw you people.
Groceries.
Who are they? Who are they?
Okay.
I don't know who you are.
Well,
You guys are confusing me.
You heard a lot of
What are you trying to do? Who are you? What are you saying?
Just like him.
I don't get what you just said.
Do you guys know what he said? 'Cause I don't know what he said.
Norton, is the only reason why you just tried to be loud during their outburst is because you didn't want the jury to hear what they had to say?
No, it's because I was nervous and I didn't know who they were.
Your husband ever a nice man?
He used to be a nice man. I remember it was our wedding night. We were dancing. I can see it all right in front of me. It was just so beautiful. I loved it.
Why don't you help him understand John?
How am I going to help him understand John?
I don't know. Maybe why don't you talk to him?
Why don't I talk to who?
It's not a question.
He said, why don't you talk to him? Overruled.
Why don't I talk to who?
Your husband. Why don't you talk to your husband?
Sustain.
Disrespect to a lawyer, 3 points, prosecution.
How am I? Okay, so it's a game now. We're playing games. This is what we do because we have a scoreboard and we have a referee. Disrespectful to the lawyer. 3 points, prosecution.
Merci, Talon, and I have an interview with Dennis. Merci de très venu. So, Dennis, thank you so much for coming. Je m'excuse. Est-ce que arrivé les figures? I hate to ask, but what happened to your face?
John punched me. He give me owie.
I love him so much, and it's
Hold on, before you ask me any questions, I like to say one thing to Norton Kelly. Thanks for the chocolate, but
we are never, ever, ever gonna get together. We are never, ever, ever gonna get together.
Swerve.
Did Lorraine ever tell you about the omens or the omen lady?
Occasionally, during the mundane activities of our life, Lorraine would speak about the omens, but we were never sure who the omens were about or who they were for. We're not psychic or anything like that.
Death! Death is coming. God told me death is coming.
Oh my God!
Death came for that little baboon. Death came for that little baboon. D. E. A. T. H. Death.
Yes, death came to baboon.
Were you not invited to the intimate get-together at Mr. Bernardi's house?
Norton wasn't invited because it's, as it says in the book, he can go kind of ape at parties, which he did with his muscle spasms, breaking the pigs, and the oscilloscope.
What do you think of your father beating your mother?
I think my father beating my mother is very saddening because most of the time he was just taking his anger out, and other times she was protecting me like a good mother.
Wait, I have something to say.
Who are you?
I'm John Collins' neighbor.
Alright.
One day, we were sitting on our porch, drinking tea, and I looked through their window and saw Mr. Collins striking Miss Collins.
Just disheartened me so much when I knew that Miss Conley was the one who was getting hit in her hand. It was the worst part of all. It looked so incongruous. That word. From the rest of her body, it was just.
John Conlon, what is your and Lorraine's favorite thing about Mr. Pigman?
He gave us a place to go outside of home.
Objection. It clearly states on page 16 that your favorite thing about Mr. Pigman is that he calls you delightful.
Sustained.
Then why does Mr. Pigman all of a sudden have 2 heart attacks when you and Lorraine are around?
Coincidentally.
Yes, Lorraine Jensen. Also what they called Lorraine Pignotti, which meant so much to me. And I just want to thank you all. Thank you so much. Because that just shows how much I loved him and how much I cared for him.
Lorraine, why did you lie to your mother after the police officer brought you home from the party?
I lied to her so I wouldn't get beat, and I wouldn't, because you don't know how much she's put me through. The pain, she's put me down every single day. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take it. I ran out of the monkey house because I couldn't stand to see him like that. It put such a strain on my heart that I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Hey, that's the girl who ran out of the house. Sorry, Court. I am the zookeeper at the Staten Island Zoo.
How do you feel since the Pigman is passed?
I just feel so lonely.
My loneliness is killing me.
And I must confess, I still believe
that he's right here with me.
When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. They're not guilty of this crime.
Do you respect what any jury member has to say?
Of course, why not?
Could you please look up at the smart board? Doesn't this quote accurately describe this case?
The defendant wants to hide the truth because he's generally guilty. The defense attorney's job is to make sure the jury does not arrive at the truth. How do you know this site is trustworthy? I know that gov and .net are trustworthy sites, not .com. He insisted on it, so he just...
Don't you know that roller skates cost about $34 a pair?
Can I have the ref stand up? Rudeness to witness, minus 10 points, plus 10 to the defense, please, thank you.
Lorraine, why'd you attempt to clean Mr. United's house, only to turn it back into a public?
I didn't attempt. I did clean this house because I cared for him so much.
Why didn't you clean our house?
Excuse me?
Why didn't you clean our house, your own house?
Why didn't you? You're the mother, aren't you?
I have to work all day.
But when you come home, you don't do nothing.
I work all day. And I pay the bills. And you go to some strange man's house who I don't know, doing things you shouldn't be doing and contributing to people's death. Enough.
Now who's the mom?
And you're a mischievous girl.
And
Could you please look up at the smart board?
what? There's nothing there. In the background.
Oh, hi.
Excuse me. In the background, this is a science classroom.
You dare talk to your mother like that?
Can you stop coming into this? Now, this is a science classroom, and I recall this picture, and I know exactly who it was taken by her on her cellular device.
For the questions, Your Honor.
Did you notice that John and Lorraine prevaricated the federal authority?
Oh, wow.
Do you know the gun for federal offense?
Oh my goodness. I just hope that they can feel the Lord's touch in jail.
The nun found this journal on the street where her and Mr. Pignani lived, and it's about Mr. Pignani's experiences with John and Lorraine.
Give it to your bailiff. Your bailiff can show it.
Oh, you wanted me to read this out loud? Those rascals, they had a party without my permission. Did I give those keys for that purpose? How am I supposed to trust them anymore? Were they truly my friend? Or just people taking advantage of an old man?
Sir? Ma'am.
Excuse me, but would you dare to interrupt a nun in prayer?
Well, I'm here to support John and Lorraine. You know, they're like my own son and daughter, and I know that they would do nothing like contributing to someone's death or murder. But my son, I'm not so sure about it.
When did your son start to play with dolls?
When he was around 5 or 6, and he stopped playing with dolls around 10 or 11, but it's kind of, you know, it's kind of complex. I even have his favorite doll. Do you want to see? Look, it was his first doll, and it was his favorite doll. And it means so much to me.
Could you please tell me how Norton should handle Deanna's prevarications to him?
Prevarications? First of all, Deanna does not prevaricate, so get that into your thick head. And second of all, he should just, I mean...
Objections. Deanna does prevaricate. She told the dean that John and Lorraine arrived at school.
Sustained.
Then why didn't you try to help him? If you knew he was so demented, then why did you try to help him?
I tried to help him.
Then why did he turn out... Then why did you make him so sad, and why did you prevaricate about
I never made him sad.
Then why is he crying about you and what your actions?
My actions? That's just fake crying right there. I can tell if my own son is fake crying or not.
Fake? I don't even know me anymore.
I went to your school play. I know how your fake crying goes. To me, and if we could never have that bond.
I thought you loved me.
Do you love your son?
I used to. Well, I still do love him.
Order in the court, please. Order in the court.
I'd like to read to you an excerpt of this paper. Without a word, I think we both understood. We had trespassed too, been where we didn't belong, and we were being punished for it. Mr. Pignani had paid with his life, but when he died, something in us had died as well. There was no one else to blame anymore. No boars, or old ladies, or Nortons, or assassins waiting at the bridge. And there was no place to hide. No place to cross any river for a boatman to take us. Our life would be what we made of it. Nothing more. Nothing less.
To stand before you one last time, I would like to clarify a few things. But first, I would like to present the jury with evidence that we, the defense, would ask you not to open until you go back into deliberation. Just earlier this week, John and Lorraine were telling me a story of how they went to go visit Mr. Pignani's grave to pay tribute to it one last time before the trial today, only to find this.
At the bottom of the bottom, his feelings will change. He let no one know the feelings behind. His feelings ignite. At the bottom of the bottle.
But the recording is scratchy because somebody.
John, look this in the sound. My name is Patrick. John, look this in the sound. My name is Patrick.
You have heard both sides present their case. I must say I'm very happy that I'm not in your position right now. John Conlon and Lorraine Jensen, please stand. This jury, this court, find John Conlon and Lorraine Jensen to have been wonderful. John Conlon and Lorraine Jensen, this court and this jury finds that next year you have the potential. Okay. Both sides, just remember what we agreed upon. John Conlon and Lorraine Jensen, this jury and this court find you guilty of